Today, we're sitting down with one of the fastest growing affiliates in the TikTok Shop space, going from a corporate software sales job to over $3 million in GMV in just a year.
Ended up doing 61 in commission, 32K bonus on top of that. That's why I say TikTok Shop is the greatest opportunity in the world.
But he actually didn't stop at being an affiliate. He took everything that he learned and launched his own brand and is now building a real empire from the ground up.
Out of that 3 million GMV, what has that actually been in total commissions or profit?
Somewhere around $500,000.
Today, I decided to sit down with him to break down everything. Welcome, Christian McGahee.
Welcome back to the Seven Figure Affiliate Podcast. My name is Sebastian Beneker. I'm the owner of Seven Figure Affiliate, where we help affiliates start and scale with TikTok Shop. And guys, I'm so excited to bring you today's guest, Christian McGahee, my man. How are you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling good, man. I appreciate you having me.
Dude, absolutely, man. It's been a blast in Texas so far. I was telling him Austin and Dallas has been amazing. So I'm really happy being here, man.
Yeah, I can't believe this is your first time here, man. It's a hot spot for TikTok Shop affiliates for sure.
Dude, it really is. Like there's so many affiliates that I didn't even realize. You know, you got Lush here, Tim, Matt Colley, who I just interviewed. So
Yeah.
It's awesome, dude. But so yeah, man, tell us a little bit about yourself and what have you been able to do with TikTok Shop so far?
Yeah, man. So I've been doing TikTok Shop for a little over a year and a half now. Originally was doing software sales and then started doing TikTok Shop on the side until eventually the income surpassed where it made sense to stay at my corporate job. So that was last January. Been about a year now that I've been doing this full time. I'm somewhere around 3 million in GMV, which feels surreal to say. It's awesome. I know you're right around there too, so it's crazy. But now from there, I've expanded out to my own group, trying to build my personal brand up, and then also launched a product on TikTok Shop as well.
Absolutely, man. And that's why I'm so excited to interview you today because you kind of got like all these different things going on, you know, not just affiliate, but you're also, you know, helping people make money with affiliate. You also have your brand, which I really am excited to get into that as well because I know so many affiliates watching this. That's kind of what they want to do in the future as well, bro. So yeah, so you've obviously seen a ton of success and you've only been doing it for a year, right?
Yeah, a little over a year and a half.
That's insane, man. So what has been like some of your best selling products and like your highest months?
My highest month was actually this November. It was a product that I've always preached against, which I thought was funny, but it was Goalie. And I originally started promoting it because they have those really cool cash campaigns.
Oh yeah, dude.
Wanted to get a laptop for my parents. So I was like, you know what? I can win this. And then had a couple videos go mega viral. Fast forward, you know, through the end of the month, ended up doing 61 in commission, 32K bonus on top of that, which is insane. It was a $93,000 a month from one company.
And if you don't mind me asking, what has that actually been in total commissions or profit?
Really good question. And I learned this the other day because I synced my accounts to the Raven app.
Oh yeah, I did see that actually.
Yeah. So I won't give an exact number, but somewhere around $500,000.
Fire, dude.
Yeah.
That's insane, bro.
It's definitely surreal to think about.
I love that. Yeah. So how did you actually go about breaking through and separating yourself when you have thousands of competitors with that product?
Yeah, it's a really good question. And I've noticed my opinions and thought process with TikTok Shop has changed so many times since I've started. One thing you think is true now, 3 months later, it's not true anymore.
Yeah.
So with the whole GMV Max update, everyone was freaking out about that, thinking you only need to pick brands that have mega ad spend, which at the time I thought also. So I was like, all right, Goalie obviously has massive ad spend. I just need to go and separate myself from these affiliates and make really good videos. I think at the end of the day, video quality is going to be what is the big differentiator between that and product selection, between making a lot of commission. So I was like, all right, I need to sit down and really make try hard videos, so to say.
Yeah.
So I did. I took viral video formats that we've all seen a million times before, which is a very good strategy to use because we know it's proven. It'll work time and time again on TikTok, but just tweak it a little bit to make something slightly new, specifically around the first couple of seconds. And that's enough to differentiate yourself from all the tens of thousands of videos that are already out there. So that's kind of my strategy now for a lot of those big name products with lots of ad spend.
Gotcha. Yeah. And so that's actually what I was going to ask. Like, how do you actually come up with like your ideation process? Like when you're coming up with video ideas. And so it seems like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, like you just take already proven viral styles and tweak it just a little bit, make it your own, and then post that. Is that correct?
Yeah, I would say a lot of the time I try to have a 50-50 rule almost. If it's a product that I'm very confident in, so I'll do 50% entirely original videos and then 50% leaning heavily on what's already proven to work.
Yeah.
Whether it be for that product or just leaning heavily on viral video formats that have worked for similar products. I've noticed more often than not, it's those that do the best.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like dude, we're so similar, like the way we post content, because that's exactly what I do. It's like
Yep.
half, like I'll take proven concepts,
Mm-hmm.
and then half it's like, okay, let me just see what I can come up with on my own
Yep.
based off like what I already know,
Mm-hmm.
and like both styles can work. And so I'm curious, when you're like choosing these videos, is it simply based on like sales? Is it based on any other metrics? Do you just have a gut feeling sometimes about which videos you're going to replicate?
It's a little mixture of all of it. A handful of times it has been a gut feeling where I'll scroll through on daily virals or just top videos on TikTok for that product, and I'll see someone who had a really good idea and the video performed well, but I see it and I'm like, there's a missed execution here. I think I can take this and make it better.
Yeah.
So that's happened a couple of times, but more often than not, I'm just looking for the best metrics. So
Yeah.
using whatever software I can to see the most viral video for that product.
Gotcha, man. And I'm curious, I want to talk too about how you actually go about scaling, because that's another way I feel like we're very similar. I see you post so much content, man,
Uh-huh.
and I know some affiliates are like, oh, dude, I just like focus on quality. I'm only posting 1 to 3 videos a day.
Mhm.
But you're like a volume, a numbers guy, which I absolutely appreciate, and I love that so much, man.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about like when you do start to kind of like catch that heat,
Mhm.
how do you actually scale that up?
Really good question. And I'll give 2 different examples here. What I typically do is, I get a bunch of different products in, I'll post a few videos for each product, and whenever I notice one is catching some sort of steam, that's when I hit it 1,000 miles an hour. I'll sit there and I'll film for 8 hours nonstop, back to back to back, filming the exact same video of the exact same product.
Yeah.
And it works like a charm. If I go through and I show you the numbers that have come from the original viral video compared to the ones that have come from the recreations of it, the recreations always have more.
And not to cut you off, Christian,
Yeah.
but I just want to like emphasize the importance of that, because so many people think that like, oh, I need a new idea every
Yep.
single time. And I'm of the firm belief, dude, if it worked once, it's going to work again. And you run that shit till it's dry, dude. Seriously.
Yeah. Like if you look at my shop pages, it's kind of ridiculous at some points, especially in November with all the goalie stuff. But my page is me with the exact same video.
Yeah. The
Over and
banana.
over. Yeah, dude, and you can just see the pile of bananas stacking
Yeah,
up.
dude, that's what killed me. It's
Yeah.
like, for some context, I'll throw up a screen share right here. But like when he started out his videos for the day, it was like just like maybe 1 or 2
Yeah.
banana peels, and then it just gets bigger and bigger. I
Yeah.
love that, dude.
Yeah, but then if you look at the views, like it's very clear that your account begins to favor whatever you're selling and whatever video style is working the best for you. So if I promoted any other products during goalie, it would get its typical amount of views. But the second I recreated that video with goalie, you can look at my page, they're all 200,000, 300,000 views, every single recreation. So I think that's definitely the best way to scale in my opinion. But now I'm seeing it lately with some other people in our group and just some other people I know in general. They're scaling really efficiently with having a very large variety of products that they sell. For example, selling 350 different products in a month, and they're selling 2 or 3 of each, but they just keep a very constant influx of manageable samples coming in every week, and they make the best, highest quality video for it. So it compounds very easily. If their top gets wiped out, it doesn't affect them too much. So I've been beginning to explore that also, and I'm noticing it's starting to work pretty well.
I love that, dude. Yeah. And I think that's one really interesting thing about TikTok Shop is the fact that there's so many different strategies and they can all work. I feel like it's more so just about like, how long can you stick with something
Yep.
and can you get really good at it? Because you got
1000%.
people that focus on just 1 or 2 products and they crush, like, that girl, I believe her name is Anna Marie.
Yeah.
And she does just skincare. She crushes with that.
170 grand a month.
Yeah, I just bought a Lamborghini
Yeah.
Urus. She's a killer. I definitely got to get her on too.
Yeah.
And then you have people like Lush or like Deals with Ty. They're just
Mhm.
promoting a new product every day, and both strategies can work. And that actually leads me into my next question, man. Is like, how do you actually decide which products to promote?
So my product selection strategy now is it's definitely a decent mix of, one, I'm looking for brands with big ad budgets, but I'm also just looking for products that are easy to sell. Meaning very visual types of products, selling points that I can make a very simple video. The product does the selling for me. Compared to like when I first started, even like with my first TikTok Shop coach, I was going straight into supplements thinking that's where all the big money is,
Yeah.
which there is for sure, but it's a lot harder thing to sell. So just trying to make it as easy as possible on yourself, especially if you're someone who prioritizes volume on your page, if that's what your account favors. It's a lot easier to sell those visual types of products.
Yeah.
And you can make the videos a lot faster.
I love that, dude. And, I fully agree, because with something like supplements, dude, it's like you have to sell that because, like just selling, let's say, a magnesium pill, right? Like that has a million uses, but it's like, how are you going to sell the dream? How are you going to hit their pain points?
Yep.
It's like you have to come up with all of that, and you have to be the reason that the person buys. But with something that just like shows itself off. You see a lot of like these Ninja products
Yeah.
or Shark products, like a vacuum or an oven,
Mhm.
like that sells itself.
Mhm.
So I can definitely see your approach with that. So that's interesting to hear for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Any visual product too, like Ninja or Shark, you still have to make a good video. But if you're selling a supplement, you have to be extremely convincing with your words and storytelling abilities, which is the hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
To convince someone on the other side of the phone just from your words that they should go buy the supplement and ingest some random TikTok shop supplement, it's
Yeah.
very hard to do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've clearly crushed at it. So it seems like you've got both styles just absolutely dialed in.
Trying to.
Yeah. Okay. So I do want to ask as well, a little bit in terms of like failures. Like, how many videos do you typically test per product before you're like, okay, this is a dud? Or like sometimes maybe you have a gut feeling. It's like, dude, I know if I just keep going, I know it's going to crush.
Some of it depends on the product. I'll be very confident in a product once I get it in, and I'll post, more than the average. And I say when I first started, and I was very limited with my samples and the money I could come out of pocket with, that's when I would really exaggerate the amount of posts on each product. I would try to do 15, 20, whatever it was. Now I'm trying to move a little bit quicker. Also because I'm just more confident in my content abilities.
Yeah.
So I'll give it 5 different videos. If nothing hits, I'll move on to the next.
So just 5.
Yep.
Cool. I do a little bit more, 10. And then if I really have that gut feeling, it's like, dude, I know this is sold for other people. There's no reason why I can't do it. I give it maybe 15.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, well, let's call it. But it definitely happens, man. I feel like that's something not a lot of people talk about.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah. One of my
for sure.
first big products, I had posted probably 25, 30 times. Every video was a dud until that last one. So
Oh,
you
wow.
just
So it
never
was
know.
the last video that popped out for you.
Until I started recreating it. But yeah, it was the last style, so to say, for that product. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. And that's definitely something that's very important too. When it comes to making, like, let's say your 5 to 10 videos when you're testing a new product, I'm of the firm belief it's like, don't make them all the exact same,
Yep.
like script, like switch them up, like target different people, have different angles, different scripts, like definitely make them all different. That way you have like different data points to kind of pull from,
Absolutely. I don't know if you know who Mikey Motorbikey is.
No.
Killer affiliate.
Funny name.
Yeah, but he has a really good strategy when it comes to posting times per product. He posts 5 videos, very different videos for each product at the exact same time. So he lets them all go out on a TikTok and do their thing. And he's like, if one of those hits, he goes, I'll just double down and start recreating on that one. If
Gotcha.
none of those hit, I'm moving on to the next product. But he's
Wow.
like, I give it my best effort with 5 very unique different angles, and I post it at the exact same time on TikTok. So time is not a factor.
Yeah.
He's like, or saturation isn't a factor either. Because he's like, if I wait to post it tomorrow, things change so quickly with TikTok, the product could be trending upwards or downwards. So I thought that was super interesting to hear. And he has a lot of proof behind it too.
Nice. Yeah. Very unique to post them like all at once to all different
Yeah.
styles. That's cool. Now I kind of want to talk about what has TikTok Shop actually been able to do for you? Because I know so many people, they come into this and they think like they're just doing it for the money, but then you start to experience like the freedom that this gives you. Maybe not having to work a job that you absolutely hate, being able to travel, being able to spend more time with your kids. So what are some of those things TikTok Shop has been able to do for you, Christian?
Love this question. I could talk about this for 4 hours.
Same, bro.
TikTok Shop, it's something I've been looking for. It gave me a feeling that I've been looking for so long. It allowed me to leave my 9-to-5 job. And of course, the money is great. You're able to hopefully set yourself in a financial position that you just never thought was possible, or with your current way of life, whatever it is, your 9-to-5 job. That's great. But what people don't talk about a lot is the mental benefits that come with it, the physical benefits that come with it, because you're working for yourself. And just, for example, when I was working like my corporate job, you wake up in the morning, you drive, 45 minutes to work, you get home, you drive 45 minutes home, you're exhausted. It's very hard to eat well. It's very hard to go to the gym and prioritize anything else. Whereas now I'm working for myself. I'm able to do essentially exactly what I want to every day.
Exactly.
So my health and fitness and everything is my first priority now.
Yeah.
I don't have to crunch a clock trying to fit that in my schedule.
Yeah.
So I've just noticed improvements with absolutely everything. My relationships with my friends and family, ability to travel whenever I want to, ability to not miss birthday parties if I don't want to. I can fly home for my nephew's birthday party, and there's just no restraint at all. That's why I say TikTok Shop is the greatest opportunity in the world, because
Truly is.
yeah, you can truly accomplish anything, any way of life that you want to with it.
And it allows you to do things like this podcast, without
Exactly.
having to be like, hey, boss, can I like go do this, right?
Exactly.
And dude, I love the way they put that, because I've actually like never thought about it, but you're completely right. Like, not only like does working job, obviously affect, your finances, you can't make as much as you want to, your freedom, but it's your health too, bro. And that's always something that we're both really big into. And you're right, because it's like, driving the 45 minutes, working 8 hours, 45 back, it's like, that mental exhaustion
Yep.
causes you to, hey, I don't want to go to the gym today. I'm exhausted. Or like, hey, I don't want to cook healthy today. I'm just gonna grab Wendy's,
Yep.
McDonald's. So like I didn't even think about that. But bro, like, yeah, you need to do TikTok shop so you can get in shape,
Exactly, man. I can't tell you how many times I would drive home from work, and the second I would get home, I was just so exhausted and mentally exhausted, I would just fall asleep. And then I would wake up at 9:30 now, and I'm like, I'll just order some food,
Yeah.
and then wake up and do it all again the next day.
Wow.
It's just exhausting.
Yeah.
But thankfully, we don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah. I love that, dude. So you're actually one of the few affiliates who has now evolved into creating their own brand,
Mhm.
which I think a lot of people watching, that's what they want to do in the future.
Mhm.
So what made you actually decide to sort of make that transition?
Yeah, I have always thought, like, if I'm gonna be putting myself out there on social media and doing all this stuff, I want to go all in with whatever avenue I can do. And of course, building a product is a great way to do that. So it was always on my mind. And then my co-founder is the one who actually approached me with the idea. He was somebody who I was originally helping coach with affiliate stuff, but he told me, I want to learn content not to be a TikTok shop affiliate, but because I want to start a brand. And then we had our page audit. He came back to me a week later and he was like, hey, I actually want you to be my partner on this brand. So from there, it's been 7-ish months in the making now.
Tell us a little bit about it, man. Feel free to plug it, dude.
Yeah, of course. It's called Next Move, all natural breath spray, made with zinc, pre and postbiotics. So the product itself is phenomenal. It took a million different iterations of formulas to get exactly right. We launched mid-December on TikTok. We sold our first 10,000 units in 10 days, which is insane. So for anyone who wants to start a product, my biggest tip is build up your personal brand first as much as possible. So we've been sold out since the end of December, early January. We're back Monday, finally.
That's
5x our
amazing.
inventory, got 5 new flavors in it. So we're excited, man.
Yeah,
It's
I'll be
awesome.
buying, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, seriously, it's so cool to see, man, like your success with not just affiliate, but everything, every venture that you're doing. And I think it's really inspiring for the viewers watching. And not to put you on the spot, but like I have a breath spray right here. So like, I don't know if we're allowed to do this, hopefully, but
Yeah.
like, so this is just I guess I won't say the brand, but just a cool mint spray.
Yeah.
So like, what would be the difference from your brand to like something like this per se?
Yeah, these do a fantastic job at giving you a very quick cover up. And when you really get down into the nitty gritty of the science behind the formulas, the first thing with that one is that's alcohol based, which is going to dry your mouth out. When in reality, you need the saliva to help flush out any bacteria in your mouth. Think about like when you wake up in the morning and you have a dry mouth and your breath reeks. It's because if you don't have that saliva, any odor causing bacteria just has a frenzy in your mouth. So we're completely alcohol free. We also have zinc as one of our bases, which kills off something called VSCs, volatile sulfur compounds. They are what causes that stench.
Gotcha.
So zinc does a phenomenal job at killing that off. And then we added pre and postbiotics, which helps make sure that bacteria that the zinc killed doesn't grow back throughout the rest of the day. So that is great. Like, it has a great flavor. It lasts for 15 minutes. You just got to use it all day long.
Yeah.
Couple sprays of ours and you
That
can
is very
feel
true.
it throughout the rest of the day. So it's pretty cool.
That's amazing. Yeah, this guy knows his stuff about his brand. I mean, that's why he's so successful. But that's actually really cool. So it seems like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but like with other breath sprays, it's kind of just like a cover up, kind of like gum.
Absolutely.
But with yours, like it's actually going into the source and eliminating that bad odor, that bacteria, right?
Exactly. That's our main selling point for all of our TikTok shop videos right there.
Fire, dude.
Yeah.
That gets me so fired up, dude. I love to see that, man. How much did being an affiliate actually help you when you first started out this brand?
It's the most valuable thing in the entire world.
Yeah.
I think the natural progression for anyone who wants to start a brand, get really good at content first, because you can sell your own product. If you make something go viral, people will see that and jump on it. But any brand nowadays, any company owner, they need to understand content. No matter what type of business it is, if it's a home service business, you need to understand content. That's where things are going nowadays. I think it was Drew Espandola that gave a really good analogy on his personal page. But he was like, why would you make one cold call or like send one direct mailer when you could post the same exact message and have it get seen by millions instead of hoping that that one person either picks up the phone or opens their mailbox?
Yeah.
So I was like, that's a fantastic idea. So get really good at content first. And then from there, start building out your personal brand, give as much value as you possibly can to people, drag people through that finish line so people like you and want to support you. And then after that is probably the best natural progression to launch a company, because you have a great network of really good content creators and you're confident in yourself that you guys can all sell this thing together.
100%, dude. I really, again, like I can't emphasize how important it is to get really good at content, man. I feel like nowadays it is possibly one of the greatest, if not the greatest skill that you can have. Like,
I would
just
argue that against anyone.
Yeah. Just understanding marketing, understanding how to make content. And then from there, it's like creating your personal brand. That's like the most important thing you could do, because literally, like, it's everything nowadays. It's how people judge you. you
Hmm.
know, and it sucks to say, but it really is.
Yep.
It's like if you don't have a personal brand, you're kind of like nobody, you're invisible. So I think it's just so important to understand how to make content, build that personal brand. Even if you think right now, it's like, okay, what would I do that for? Like maybe I don't,
Yeah.
I'm not in that affiliate world. It's just so important because you never know the opportunities it could lead to, the doors it could open. Like I would have never landed this interview with you
Hmm.
or Matt Kala, like
Hmm.
anybody, if I didn't start posting content. So
Exactly.
I fully agree.
I saw somebody on my feed the other day, big business owner, I forget his exact name, but he said he believes that building a personal brand now is a better investment than real estate currently is.
Yeah.
And I was like, I entirely agree because your personal brand will take you forever and it'll just continue to compound and grow. Like you just mentioned, people who don't know what to post with their personal brands either post tips and tricks, but if you're not someone in a position who has the credibility to do that yet, just document your journey.
Document.
If you look at like Jim Poppy, he had been documenting his journey through his first business model. So he built up people following him and liking him throughout the whole journey. Now he's huge. Iman Gadzhi, same exact thing. It's all on YouTube.
Yeah.
10, 15 years back. So just highly encourage everyone to just start posting some sort of personal brand content.
100%. Yeah. And dude, that's the thing. Like so many people think that they need to have like some sort of like credibility at first,
Mhm.
which don't get me wrong, it will help
Yeah.
obviously, but sometimes like just documenting,
Mhm.
getting started, bro.
Mhm.
Because I think what people really care about is the journey, man. Like imagine you just come onto social media and like, yeah, you're gonna see success, you're gonna see followers, but like you're already a billionaire and you're talking about like your businesses. Like people are gonna be like, oh, that's cool. But imagine the story of a guy who started from nothing.
Mhm.
For 20 years, he's been documenting his come up and then he becomes a billionaire.
Yep.
How much more impactful that is.
Exactly.
It's all the world. It's all the difference. So
Yep.
wherever you're at right now, doesn't matter. Like get started, start posting content. That's the biggest thing, man.
Yeah, I love that.
For you, what type of creators make brands the most amount of money and what do you look for in choosing affiliates to promote your brand?
That's a really good question. It's a handful of different things. Right now, since we are a newer company, we're not like entirely picky
Mhm.
by any means. Anyone who wants to promote the products can absolutely do that. But something we're investing heavily in right now, and even when I meet with my co-founder and we talk about bringing on a bunch of affiliates to send free samples to, whatever it is, it's simply being coachable. We try our best to fill as many resources as we possibly can within our Discord community, have extremely in-depth group calls that are all free for any Next Move affiliates and just really train them. And, we have our solid group that shows up every single week,
Yeah.
even through our period of being sold out for the last month and a half. They're not the top affiliates. Some of them are, some of them aren't, but they're showing up every single week, asking questions, trying to be a better content creator.
Yeah.
So those are the people that we're going to invest in heavily also.
But yeah, dude, that's amazing, man. So it seems like persistence paired alongside coachability. right?
Definitely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And dude, I fully agree with that, man. Cause like you can obviously make someone a better creator,
Mhm.
but if they don't show up with that attitude or that
Mhm.
willingness
Yep.
to want to learn or to improve, it's kind of like you're just screwed, man. Like,
Absolutely.
you're not going to get better.
I've noticed that with everyone I've coached in the past. The people who have that attitude on day one are the ones that I'm very confident are going to make it big. And 9 times out of 10, that's exactly what happens.
Dude, yeah, 100%, dude. I'll have like, clients that come in and like, let's say they're a 7 out of 10 creator, right?
Mhm.
They're already pretty solid. They just need a few tweaks,
Yep.
but they kind of think they already know it all.
Mhm.
Hey, I don't really need your help,
Yeah.
even though you joined the program. They don't really take action on the advice that you give them. It's like they don't get better, right? And then maybe someone who's starting from complete scratch, like I'm talking, their content is dog water,
Mhm.
right? And then they show up with that attitude, that willingness to learn and to take your advice and actually implement it. And then they become a 10 out of 10 creator.
Yep.
And they start crushing. So the most important thing is the mindset.
Absolutely is. Yeah, I agree with that entirely.
So you've obviously succeeded both as an affiliate and as a brand owner.
Mhm.
So here comes the juicy question. What side is actually harder and why?
What side is actually hard? Oh, that is a phenomenal question. I will say, I'll try to answer this the best I can. The brand side is very difficult to essentially get the products launched.
Seems
But that's
like it,
why, yeah. So my co-founder, Marwan, he is phenomenal at all of that. I can't even imagine how many, nights he's had with zero sleep just trying to put all that together, where I don't think I ever would have been able to accomplish that.
Yeah.
So I can't speak on that too much, where essentially my job is to get the product sold, to get affiliates, and to sell the product on TikTok Shop, which is still very hard to cultivate all of that, but it's easier than it would have been because of all, the last year and a half of a personal brand and getting good at content. So if you were starting from scratch, I would say that's 10 times harder. Whereas the content side is just like any skill also. It takes a lot of reps. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of trial and error also. I want to give you a straight answer, but I don't know if I can on that one.
It's okay, man.
Yeah.
I feel like the way you explained it, it perfectly, makes sense of it.
Uh-huh.
Because I definitely feel like there's two sides to creating a brand. You got like the operator side, which is like
Yep.
shipping, fulfillment,
Mhm.
3PLs, handling, like actually making everything,
Mhm.
making sure everything's all good on that side. And you have the marketing,
Mhm.
and one can't be without the other.
Exactly. So, I mean, full picture wise, definitely products, building a product, because you do have to have the whole pie.
Mhm.
You can't do just the content, especially if you want to build a brand that lasts. Anyone can launch a product, be really good at content, and, go make a viral video and it sells. But if you don't have customers continuously coming back, you're going to be constantly out there, just throwing videos out in the ether,
Yep.
hoping to make new sales and new sales and new sales until eventually that gets exhausting. The company's not going to last.
100%. Yeah. And I think that applies to anything in life. Like when you are building a brand, it's like product has to come first. Obviously we're also in the coaching space. It's like
Yep.
you have to care about your clients. You have to get them results. Otherwise, it's like you said, everybody just churns. You're
Yep.
constantly scrapping for new clients. So it's like start with the customer, start with the client, care first and build a great service or a great product. And then everything else is going to flow.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that's also why people say, like get into business with someone who has the skills that you don't have. That's exactly why,
Yep.
you have your partner that does all that operator side.
Yep.
'Cause, dude, I'm the same way. Like I would hate to deal with all that.
Yeah.
But put me on the marketing,
Yeah.
the marketing side, I'm cooking.
Exactly. My co-founder Marwan, because we're hoping we will be launching again on Monday with the restock, but he was
Everybody
dealing.
look out for that. Go get your next move.
Yeah, go request your samples. But he's been just dealing with a lot of stress with our freight forwarder right now, trying to get the inventory to land it at our 3PL, and that whole thing, like, just a logistics nightmare. And I'm like, thank God for Marwan. I wouldn't have been able to figure that out.
It's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you have a good partner at your side, man. And I know you guys are going to continue to crush. So.
Thank you, man.
Of course, dude. I want to talk now about what's one mistake that you made for a very long time that you would tell new affiliates to avoid?
That is a really good question. I would say the biggest mistake I made early on was getting extremely caught up in the weeds of things. Why does that person have 2 accounts? Should I have 2 accounts? Why does he have 3 accounts? Should I have 3 accounts?
Yeah.
Why is he doing with his videos? Is there hashtags? Is there posting times?
The hashtags, yeah.
Oh man, I obsess over all of that. Even with just the analytics of a video, I overly obsessed with. I would make Google Sheets with the analytics of every single video and just try to make sense of it. And with TikTok, there's no rhyme or reason for a lot of different things. Like it's very hard to figure out all of it unless TikTok comes out and says something. So all of that will just send you spiraling, into a bunch of anxiety trying to figure out what you're doing wrong. When in reality, the goal at the end of the day is to put out the best quality video that you can for a good product. And that's all you need to focus on. And that's kind of where I've shifted my mindset. And ever since I did that, my commissions have skyrocketed. It's a lot easier to get up and work every day because you're not over analyzing everything.
Yeah.
So that's definitely where I fell short for probably the first 6, 7, 8 months.
Dude, and I love asking that question because every time I get a new answer, and every time it's something where I'm like, damn, like you're completely right. And dude, I couldn't agree with that more. I feel like especially with so many beginner affiliates, yeah, they're in the weeds. They're worrying about hashtags, posting times. Can I post back to back? And like maybe it's a little bit of ignorance. Like they truly just don't know.
Yeah.
But sometimes they get so hung up on it. And what they're not hung up on is making better content,
Yep.
becoming a better content creator, doing some product research. They're worried about the little things that make maybe 1% difference versus what actually like creates the most leverage. Just like getting better as a content creator, as an affiliate.
Yep. There is no little hack or little trick that you can do that I always thought there was. I was like, maybe if I can just post at 6 o'clock when everyone gets home from work, my video will go viral. It's not the case at all.
Yeah.
It's just good content. At the end of the day always wins.
Yeah. And further proof of that, dude, I've literally posted videos at like freaking
Yep.
3:47 a.m.
Yep.
get 1 million views in like 24 hours. So
Exactly.
It just doesn't matter at
Yeah.
all. Cool, man. And then I do want to ask as well. So what does the future actually look like for you? Like 5 years from now, where do you see yourself? What would success look like for you?
That is a phenomenal question. 5 years from now, I'm really hoping to continue building everything I've kind of started now. So the 2 biggest things there, like long term, I'm going to look at my personal brands and then Next Move.
Yeah.
I see those as the really long-term ventures. So hopefully at that point, my personal brand will be at a point where I have a large amount of followers and able to document my journey, building out Next Move and all these different things, with the ultimate goal to inspire and encourage other people to dream bigger and go chase after their goals. That's always been my why, so to say. Even before I had any success online, that's what I wanted to do. But obviously first you have to get to the point where you have the credibility to do that. So hopefully we're still building out Next Move. It's at a point where hopefully we'll be getting ready to exit nicely.
Yeah.
And then from there, we'll see what the future holds. But those are the two biggest things I'm focused on right now. And I don't see either of those going away anytime soon.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard question to answer because it's
Yeah.
a lot to think about, and obviously nobody can predict the future. But I
Yeah.
love the way that you word that, man. It seems like you really just have a big vision, and
Mhm.
it's more than just you. You have a
Absolutely.
really big purpose. You want to inspire other people.
Hmm.
So I have no doubt in my mind you'll be able to succeed with that, man.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, of course, brother. If you and I were to die tomorrow,
Hmm.
what is the biggest lesson you would want to leave with the viewer?
Biggest lesson I would want to leave the viewer is don't waste your life chasing somebody else's dream or trying to build somebody else's dream. Everything I do and everything I talk about comes back to the fact that we don't get a rehearsal with our life. So if you're doing something you don't like to do, don't do it. If you're not happy with who you are, you can wake up tomorrow and decide to change it. So take it really seriously, because the beautiful thing is you can go and accomplish anything you want to. If you're not happy at your 9 to 5, you can start hustling on the side. If you're not happy, if you're not healthy, if you're not in shape like you want to be, you can make the decision to go and get in shape. It's really cool to think about that you can become any type of person. So don't waste your life away. Everyone's biggest regret that you hear all the time on social media and stuff is they get to the end of their life and they regret not trying something. So do not let that happen.
I love that so much, dude.
Mhm.
I absolutely couldn't agree more with that. And I think it's just so important to realize that you have one life, dude. Like,
Mhm.
that's my biggest mantra in life, my biggest thing. I got that from Gary Vee, one life.
Yep.
Like, I don't have any tattoos, but if I ever got a tattoo, it would just be one
I
life.
thought of the exact same thing. That's funny.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
man. Paths are aligned.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really just want the viewer to realize that. And, I want you to realize that you have one life. So go out, do whatever it is that you want to do. You can absolutely accomplish anything. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't, because crazier things have happened.
Exactly.
We've been on the moon before.
Yeah.
You're telling me you can't make an extra 6 figures with TikTok Shop, or start that business, make $1 million company. It's
Mhm.
entirely possible. So this podcast has been amazing, Christian. Definitely one of my favorites, brother. Pleasure having you on, man. And thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
And if you guys are looking to get started or scale with TikTok Shop Affiliate, check out that top link inside of the description. I will see you in the next one.